When people think about national parks, oftentimes they think about forests in the middle of nowhere or mountains that are endless. But the thing with Rouge is that it's a little different, and that's exactly why it's so important. My name is ChloeThexton, and this summer I have been working on the Resource Conservation Ecological Integrity crew, and it's been full on, but in the best way. We've done bird, amphibian, and salamander surveys, we've tested water quality across the park, and now we're into tree and forest health work too. I have kayaked the Rouge River listening for frog calls. I've bushwhacked deep into forest patches at sunrise to listen for birds. It's technical, it's muddy, and it's sometimes tiring, but every piece of it gives us a better picture of how the Rouge is doing. And the signs of recovery, they are actually happening, and you can see it in the field. I have seen it in places where I work, like Bob Hunter and Beer Wetlands. Native trees and shrubs and aquatic plants have been planted across the park, and they're rebuilding ecosystem structure. But this park is also under constant pressure. Invasive species are spreading really fast. Waterways are still carrying the impacts of runoff, and habitat fragmentation, roads, buildings, and fences makes it really hard for wildlife to move across the landscape. So looking ahead, I think Rouge needs to expand on what's already working. First, I'd say, is connectivity. Parks Canada's management plan talks about linking habitats from Lake Ontario to the Oak Ridges Moraine, and that means adding more wildlife corridors through hedgerows, restored wetlands and forest patches, and growing the park into the Pickering lands to reconnect this critical east-west greenway. Second, invasive species management. We need proactive, data-driven control. That means expanding monitoring protocols, using tools like GIS to map infestations, and maybe even working with stewardship volunteers to remove invasives before they actually spread. And third is public connection. Rouge already hosts over 300 public events a year and has partnerships with Indigenous groups, but I really think we can still do more. We can look at targeted outreach to youth, newcomers, and neighborhoods that haven't seen themselves in the park's story, and also elevating Indigenous voices and traditional knowledge in restoration and interpretation, so this really becomes a place for everybody. I have already learned so much, not just about conservation, but about leadership and about care. And honestly, what sticks with me the most is that change takes time. It's not dramatic, it's steady, and it's grounded. This park has taught me to pay attention, to show up, and to think bigger. And I am proud of the work that I've done in these past 2 months. And more than that, I am ready to keep going.